What is going on, y'all? It's your boy RickyMoto. Welcome back to yet another video. Today is a very exciting day because we are finally installing our new fairing kit on the Yamaha R7. So this is the very last look of the R7 in this blacked out configuration. And I gotta say that I definitely will miss it because stealth blacked out stuff just looks super sick. But I wanted to definitely change it up because I've been rocking this blacked out look for quite some time, including my previous bike, the Yamaha R3. I did try wrapping this bike earlier in the year to the whole rose gold thing to match the M4 over there, but ended up looking like garbage. So I opted for a whole new fairing kit, which is gonna look a lot better and overall just offer a little bit more quality over a wrap. And if you guys are interested, I will be selling all of the OEM parts that I take off of this bike. So if you have a R7 that's been crashed or something that's been damaged, I am selling my pre-owned fairing kit, the OEM stuff. In this box right here is the new fairing kit. So first of all, I want to give a big shout out to Amotopart. This is the company that designs all these fairings and they custom paint it. And if you guys want to get a 10% discount, there's a code right over there, AMP2024. So in this kit, it comes with pretty much everything that you need. It has all the hardware, all the bolts and whatnot, and it's all blacked out, which is nice. And inside of the box, we have this nice foam, like a heat shield foam, which I'm assuming will go towards the inner section of the fairings where the exhaust is. I already took a sneak peek of this earlier, so I already know what it looks like, but man, are you guys ready for the reveal? In 3, 2, 1. Okay, well that was very anticlimactic. Voila, check that out. This is the front piece for the nose, and man, does that look aggressive. So yes, guys, we are going for a fully white look for the bike this time, but it's not just a fully white fairing kit. There is actually some black contrast designs on here. So as you can see, the outer strip here is black. We have some black detailing over here, and all of this is custom painted. It's not like some random vinyl piece on here. It's an actual fully painted piece. So you're getting really high quality material. Now I was looking at a lot of the fairing pieces, and I did notice on the back there is a lot of overspray. And you know, for most of the fairings it doesn't matter because that's gonna be on the inside of the bike, but for something like this on the front, it is a little bit noticeable because if you look at the OEM fairings here, front nose area, you can actually see the inner fairing. So I'm afraid it might look a little, you know, crusty. But we have to install it to find out if it really is an issue or not. This is gonna be a pretty chill video. I'm just gonna put some music behind it. You guys can sit back and relax. I'm gonna remove the fairings on the bike and, you know, simultaneously put the parts back on with the new fairing. I'm not gonna strip the whole bike, then put everything on. I think I wanna go one by one to see this whole thing come together. And that way, I think it helps me stay a little organized, because if I just take everything off and then start from scratch, putting everything back on, I might forget where things go. So I think it's easier if I just take pieces off one by one as I install the new kit. So, oh, and by the way, we are gonna be keeping this, you know, windscreen from Puig. The kit did come with a smoked little windscreen cover, like a sport style, which has one groove, like a single hump. I don't like that, so I'm gonna stick with my Puig one, but I don't know, maybe we'll try it out. I still don't have anything for the mirrors. I don't have any block offs or any mirrors to put on here, so it's gonna kind of look like this still. I am gonna decide if I wanna get mirrors one day or if I wanna get block offs instead. But for the most part, we're gonna be rocking it naked like this when we put the new kit on. Anyways, I've been yapping way too much. It is about time to get started with this build. Alrighty guys, so we have finally installed the fairing kit, and man, does it look freaking sick. I gotta say, my favorite part has to be the front end with this sort of angular design. The rest of the body is pretty much just all white with a little bit of black accents like the R7 logo on the side right here. I love the way the tail turned out, especially with this black area, then the white. I think the contrast works really well. Now I gotta say, with every aftermarket modification, it's not gonna be perfect, and you know, even the fitment for this kit wasn't exact. OEM stuff is always gonna fit a lot better than aftermarket stuff, but for the most part, I give the fitment like a 8 out of 10. Most of the panels lined up and all the bolts went in correctly, but some of the areas were a little bit off. Like this gas tank, there's a bit of a gap here, and you can see these little clips, and no matter how I angle it or push it, it just doesn't go in place. So I'm a little bit worried about this, if the water's gonna get in here, if the water's gonna go inside, you know, that's definitely a concern. I think the main problem is the centerpiece. It's a little bit narrower than the original, so I think that's why it's not clipping in place. So potentially I might be able to switch this center portion out with the OEM one, then the clips can fit a little better. But other than that, everything else pretty much lines up. See like how perfect all these lines are? So I pretty much put the entire kit on here, minus a few things that I decided to keep on here. So the windscreen, this is my Pewig windscreen that I decided to keep on here rather than switching it out to their sport style one. The rear seat, they did give me a rear cowl, like a seat delete thing, like a cover, but I think the original seat looks a little better. It fits better, obviously. The versatility, you can always open it up and put stuff in here like a trunk space, or if you have a passenger, this is definitely much better. All these little side pieces over here, these are swapped out with the new pieces, but down here, this is all original. And then when it comes to the front here, I decided to keep the OEM mudguard because I think the black looks a little better rather than the white. But yeah, overall, I gotta say, it turned out pretty dang good. It's not a perfect kit, you know, when it comes to fitment, but as long as you're not, you know, super up close to it, you can barely really tell that there's flaws. Now, in terms of the paint quality, for the most part, it's pretty good. All the lines, all the logos, everything are very crisp. This one's kind of 3D-ish, I gotta say, so that's pretty cool. The only thing I did notice with this kit is that there are actually scratches on it, you know, straight out of the box. I wasn't the one to cause them. Like over here, there's a little scratch. There's a couple scratches right here. And even on the tank, there's a pretty noticeable one right over here. Might be hard to see on camera, but there's some black marks that I couldn't get out. So yeah, there's a couple scratches here and there, which I'm assuming probably happened during shipment. In terms of the paint quality, it's very nice. You can tell that it's a very thick coating on here. But, you know, if you look really closely at all the edges, there are some paint runs, like right over here. That is actually a clear coat run. You can see it's like a bubble. So yeah, paint quality wise, I give it like also like an 8 out of 10. It's not perfect, but as long as you're not looking at it super close. I just noticed I'm missing some bolts down on this bottom tail area, so I gotta fill that in. Other than that, I think it turned out pretty dang solid. I'm really excited to go on a ride with this thing soon. So yeah, I'll leave a link in the description below if you guys want to pick up a kit of your own of different styles on the website. I am not sponsored by them. I actually paid for this kit. So, but yeah, they have a whole bunch of cool options on there. And if you guys want to check it out, there'll be a link in the description below. With that being said, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.